Debate is raging in Washington over whether the world should see graphic photographs of Osama bin Laden's dead body. The president, who we're waiting again at this time, says no. Not everyone agrees, though. Senator Lindsey Graham respectfully disagrees with the president, and the senator is our guest now today. So, Senator, we'll begin this conversation if the president arrives. We'll take a quick break to show our viewers that. But let's talk a little bit about why you believe this photo should be released.
Well, the whole purpose of going in on the ground was to prove to the world we got him. The president made a bold decision by using ground action and rejecting aerial bombardment. If we'd have blown up the compound and claimed we'd gotten bin Laden, it'd been very difficult to prove. So if you think it's important to prove to the world that we got him and you risk our SEAL team to do it, which I think was the right decision, I think it's very important to offer evidence. And a photo's worth 1,000 words. I understand the potential backlash, but there are millions of people in this world who are very intimidated by bin Laden. They need to see photographic evidence, in my view, to close this chapter. And when we released photos of the two Saddam Hussein sons that were killed in Iraq, it was quite frankly reassuring to the Iraqi people they were gone.
There's an op-ed piece in the Wall Street Journal that is talking about second-guessing now that we're a few days away from the killing of Osama bin Laden. Second-guessing about the photograph, second-guessing about the burial. Is this really the right time to second-guess all of this?
It's not second-guessing. This is the right time to give your opinion. I respect the president. There's a line of thought that any photograph will stir up conflict against American interest. I understand that, but there's another line of thought that the reason we went in on the ground was to prove we got him, and I believe it is a mistake overall not to offer proof that does exist, and we did it in Iraq. I know it helped there, but this is a country where you can question. This was a great raid. Disposing of the body in 5 hours because of sensitivities to 24-hour burial, I think was a missed opportunity to test the body independently, because trust me, this whole issue of verification is a real concern. That's why we went on the ground to begin with.
So, Senator, the White House says no more information about this raid officially from the team. We're done giving out the information. So what's next? What are you up for doing to get that photo released? Are you looking to potentially have any legislation? What's the next step?
No, just to make the case that this is going to linger, that you got 3 photos of people killed in the house. The former president of Pakistan, General Musharraf, said, "Where's the photos?" I believe we want to be a nation that proves to the world bin Laden is dead, and that going in on the ground was the right way to take him out, that shooting him on sight was the right way to handle him because he was a walking IED. And I am very concerned that if we don't offer proof, that this thing is going to linger unnecessarily. I know he's dead, but I can tell you when the photos in Iraq were released of the 2 Saddam Hussein sons, it was reassuring to the Iraqi people, and it was a signal to our enemies. So Lynn Panetta wanted to release the photos. I think that's what we should do to close this chapter.
And of course, we're seeing obviously some disagreement over that. Just calling on your experience both as a politician and also a member of the U.S. military as well. Some would argue that all this conversation, this further conversation about, again, all the topics that we're covering is really taking away from the moment and the significance of what has occurred. What's your response to that?
This was an incredible operation. Done in a bold manner. The president deserves a lot of credit for choosing what I thought was the right approach, the riskiest approach, but there was a reason we went in on the ground, and I fear that this thing is going to linger. I know what happened in Iraq when we had photographic evidence that the Saddam Hussein brothers were dead, who terrorized that part of the world. And bin Laden is an intimidating figure to many people in the Muslim world. We have evidence. The prosecutor in me says, be bold, show the world we got him, do it in the most delicate manner possible. But this idea that this will linger bothers me.
How do you release a photo of a dead man in a delicate way?
Well, you can release a photo. He was shot in the head. Trust me, this part of the world knows danger and they know violence. Why go in on the ground and not bomb him from there to prove he's dead? Why? You know, people were pushing Abu Ghraib photos. I remember some of the very people say, don't release this photo of bin Laden. We're saying we got to show photos of abuse by Army members of detainees. I thought that would hurt our national security interests. Here we have a chance to prove to the world that the mastermind of 9/11 is in fact dead. You don't have to take our word for it. Here is a photo. To me, that makes sense. I respectfully disagree, and my reasoning here is, let's end this chapter on bin Laden in the most persuasive way possible, because trust me, in cyberspace, this is going to continue to be a debate.
You know, some would argue that even if you release the photo, the same people that doubted his death and the validity of his death will continue to doubt that really you're not going to get rid of some of the things that you say a photo would allow us to.
They're not my audience. The audience that I'm trying to reach are people who wonder about bin Laden, who are afraid of bin Laden. The very people in Iraq who were reassured by the photos of Saddam Hussein's sons being released, knowing they would never come back to intimidate them. That's the group I'm trying to reach. I know he's dead, but trust me, in the Mideast, people are intimidated beyond belief by these characters called bin Laden. We got an opportunity here to show the world he is dead, and the American military took him out. And I think overall it is good to let the world know that if you kill Americans, we're going to come after you, and here's proof of our success.
Senator Lindsey Graham, we appreciate your time today and your perspective. We look forward to having you back on the show again, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.